Hello. Hello, Dr. Fields and class. Today I have Mrs. Naomi Watkins here,
Hello.
and she has come in a few times before with a challenge of time management. And in her time management, she states that she is often late or tardy. Late going to work or clocking into work, late to special events, and it has affected her time management, or has affected her self-esteem, feeling like she's an underachiever. It has caused her work day to end later than expected. It has affected her personal time with her family. Also, it has affected her time, her extra time to invest in her other goals, as well as it has affected her time to for self care. What I mean by self care is like going to the gym, hobbies of that nature. So yes, she says she's always uh, is in a state of feeling rushed, and so she stated her goal is to be more consistent, um, and not being late, being more consistent in her time management skills. Okay. So I'm just going to ask her right now, what type of goals have you set in place to get consistent in your time management?
What I normally do is I just think about how it's best if I'm early or right on time. The major goal is to just get rid of always feeling rushed and knowing that I can do it like everybody else can do.
Okay, you mentioned earlier in your other sessions that we set a goal for yourself as setting alarm clocks.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, in setting alarm clocks, she stated that she has set alarm clocks to get up, also with a snooze alarm. Also, she's created an alarm to say it's time to get up, it's time to go now. And also, she has stated that she set an alarm clock, or her set her time faster than the original time, 5 minutes faster, 10 minutes faster. So now we're going to see how is it working for you.
The 10 minutes faster, it felt quickly because in my mind, I just filled it up with something else to do before I leave for work. Like, oh, let me hurry up and just fold this laundry real quick. Or, instead of making my lunch the night before, oh, let me just hurry up and make my lunch. I just, let me get distracted. Because in my head, I say, okay, it may say 8:10, but I know it's 8. And instead of me using it to get ahead of time, I'll fill it up with something. So that did.
Okay.
But the alarm of wake up, snooze, and leave now, that one works better. It works a lot better for me. And even in my mind, like if I know I'm going to be a few minutes late, I try to keep it at the window of a professional, just 5 minutes late. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems that she works better with the rushed alarm, like get up now, and that prompts her to move a little faster. Okay, with that being said, how has your attendance, or how has your tardiness or on time been on that rushed alarm? Have you been on time or have you
Yeah.
still been late?
No, I've been on time and I've only had to use the 5 minute grace period once. And it makes me feel a whole lot better. I just need to stay consistent with it. Like
Okay.
I don't need to let um, either family concerns, things on my mind, or even oh forget it, you just gonna be late, so forget it. I just need to stay consistent with that because I'm really proud of myself when
Okay.
I do it.
Okay. Well, just for one strength point, um, as we know, some people will work well under pressure. I've done it myself. Cramming. It feels like you work well when there's a deadline right in front of you. So yes, Miss Reed, thank you. That's an awesome strength. I can identify with that. Working well under pressure. So that means for me, that means that when it's time to get stuff done, you get it done.
Yeah, I can do
We can count on Mrs. Watkins to get things done if while under pressure, while the deadline is there. So great point.
Mhm.
Great point. Kudos. That's right.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now she stated that setting the alarm clock did not work as well as expected. So, Ms. Watkins, do you have any other ideas or anything how you can critique the alarm clock to kind of fit your need, your lifestyle?
Like this past week, I just said to myself, okay, that's it. You're done. It's time to go.
Mhm.
And then once when I show up to work on time or any, things like programs at church or even things that I've set up with family or whatever,
Mhm.
I say, okay, you can do it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no need of you counting yourself out as always being that person that, oh, them, they're on, certain people's time and
Right.
CP time and all that other stuff. No,
Right.
I just have to make a choice and I can do it.
Yeah. And that's great. Making a choice to do something is all we need, that one choice. And that one choice can, push us into our nets. So that's a great strategy to say, you know what, I'm done. I need to make this change. So therefore, it sounds like you're in the preparation stage because um, you took action. Well, you prepared yourself to make progress in your goal, which is set an alarm clock and everything. Then she took action by doing so, but now we see that it didn't work. Um, it didn't work consistently. So sometimes it worked, but sometimes it didn't work. So if we have to go back to what her desired change is consistency. Okay. So now, may I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
So let's take the same alarm clock scenario. Let's put that to the side, but still being mindful of time. So, how do you feel as recording your time? Let's say when you get up, record the time. Let's say you get up at 6. If you get up at 6, let's say okay, from 6 o'clock to 6:10, it took me that much time to get up.
Mhm.
Then from there, let's say from 6:10, 6:15, you take a shower. Record the time you get out of the shower.
Mhm.
So therefore, we're making the goal measurable. So what we're doing is we're trying to see how much time does it take from the time Mrs. Watkins gets up to the time she leaves the door to go to work. Also in that time, from the time you go to work from the time you leave the house to the time you go to work, let's record that time. How long does it take for Mrs. Watkins to get to work? Let's do that for a couple of days so we can have something to measure against, okay? So therefore, we'll have a time slot. Okay, it takes me an hour to get up, go to work, or leave the house, then go to work. And then therefore, let's add 15 minutes to that.
Yeah.
The 15 minutes is for incidents, accidents, store runs. Let's get some coffee type deal. So therefore, we can have an accurate measure of how long it takes you from getting up to on the way to work. And then let's see if we can adjust the times like that to see if that helps you. And then we can come back to remeasure, you know. because if we do that for a couple times, we probably go back to the preparation stage because we're preparing with a modified goal, and then she's going to take action for a week or so, and then we can come back and evaluate at the same time. Do you have any other suggestions, or yeah, do you have any suggestions um, that may work? Any other suggestions or anything that I've said that doesn't quite work with you?
With the times, I think that's good. I do kind of do it in a way, but I have to just stay conscious of it. But the main thing is that I stay consistent no matter what. Because I notice, like, if my family has a need, or if there's things on my mind, according to my mood swing, if I get kind of down, it's like, whatever.
Mhm.
But I have to be like the people who, no matter what's going on in their life, they show up and they're reliable, dependable, and accountable. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I think I have to combine them too for the long-term consistency.
Right.
Yeah, that no matter what, this is the time you leave. And this is the time you have to do this. And then that's it. And that's just a fact of life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I want to speak to Mrs. Watkins is in no way means this is a failure. It is not a failure. You're awesome. You're taking the necessary steps to be more awesome. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
This is a learning curve. As you know, we all have to practice.
Yeah.
We all have to go through things to be better. So kudos to you for taking the necessary steps to correct the challenge. And from that point, you should know that you're not alone. As you notice, when you're going to work, you may be in traffic. Think about all the cars and the people you see, okay? Those people may be having the same challenges as you, trying to be on time.
Yeah.
So that should let you know that you're not alone. And also, when you get to work, change your perspective. Be grateful that you got there.
Yeah.
Be grateful that you didn't run into no incidents. Accept the fact, yes, I was a little tardy, but it's going to be okay. I'm going to keep striving to be better. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Miss Berry.
Any last words?
I appreciate it. Now I'm all hyped up and pumped, like, shoot, I can do this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, okay, before we end, I do want to see you again. Okay, we're going to continue to peel the onions back, okay? Because there may be some underlying issues that we haven't talked about yet, okay? But we're gonna take it slow. We're gonna keep peeling the layers of the onions, and then when we get to that point, rest assured we're gonna get to it, okay? But you be encouraged, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Reed. Mrs. Watkins, all right.
Have a blessed day.
Hello, Dr. Fields and class. This is my critique of myself. I feel that it went well, but I know that there are some things that I may have could did better. I'm just not sure on everything that I could have done better. I feel that me and Miss Watkins flowed um, in the process. I feel that I did, give her some. I identified some strengths. I gave her some encouragement. We did modify the goal. Hopefully, in that modification, that when she comes back, that we'll have a better report, about it working versus not working. Like I said, there may be some underlying issues of anxiety, perfectionism, ADHD, passive resistance, control, self-protection, or avoidance. I'm not sure, but like I notified Ms. Watkins that when we get to that point, we will definitely investigate. But as far as in my notes, I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of questions that I wanted to ask. As far as how do you feel when you're tardy? And then what point or when does she realize that she's going to be late? What emotions are she experiencing when she start to prepare herself for leaving? And how does she pick up herself after she is late at work? How does she motivate herself to become back mentally stable and not in a sense of condemnation? But other than that, I think I did well. This is the first time. Um, please, I know you will identify some key points, some learning curves for me. And yes, I'm excited about this. Thank you.